A man is not finished when he is defeated. He is finished when he quits. The finest steel has to go through the hottest fire. Only if you have been in the deepest valley can you ever know how magnificent it is to be on the highest mountain. Those who hate you don't win unless you hate them, and then you destroy yourself. Always remember that others may hate you, but those who hate you don't win unless you hate them, and then you destroy yourself. People have got to know whether or not their president is a crook. Well, I'm not a crook. I earned everything I've got. Defeat doesn't finish a man, quit does. A man is not finished when he's defeated. He's finished when he quits. You won't have Nixon to kick around anymore, because, gentlemen, this is my last press conference. No event in American history is more misunderstood than the Vietnam War. It was misreported then, and it is misremembered now. Sure, there are dishonest men in local government, but there are dishonest men in national government too. Any change is resisted because bureaucrats have a vested interest in the chaos in which they exist. People react to fear, not love. They don't teach that in Sunday school, but it's true. You've got to learn to survive a defeat. That's when you develop character. If an individual wants to be a leader and isn't controversial, that means he never stood for anything. Let us move from the era of confrontation to the era of negotiation. We do not learn by inference and deduction in the application of mathematics to philosophy, but by direct intercourse and sympathy. My concern today is not with the length of a person's hair but with his conduct. If you think the United States has stood still, who built the largest shopping center in the world? I believe in the battle, whether it's the battle of a campaign or the battle of this office, which is a continuing battle. Castro couldn't even go to the bathroom unless the Soviet Union put the nickel in the toilet. Unless a president can protect the privacy of the advice he gets, he cannot get the advice he needs. If you take no risks, you will suffer no defeats. But if you take no risks, you win no victories. If you want to make beautiful music, you must play the black and the white notes together. When the president does it, that means that it's not illegal. Don't get the impression that you arouse my anger. You see, one can only be angry with those he respects. The greatest honor history can bestow is that of peacemaker. The presidency has many problems, but boredom is the least of them. I don't know anything that builds the will to win better than competitive sports. I can see clearly now that I was wrong in not acting more decisively and more forthrightly in dealing with Watergate. Scrubbing floors and emptying bedpans has as much dignity as the presidency. It is necessary for me to establish a winner image. Therefore, I have to beat somebody. Any lady who is first lady likes being first lady. I don't care what they say, they like it. If we take the route of the permanent handout, the American character will itself be impoverished. A public man must never forget that he loses his usefulness when he is an individual, rather than his policy becomes the issue. In the television age, the key distinction is between the candidate who can speak poetry and the one who can only speak prose. Let us build bridges, my friends. Build bridges to human dignity across the gulf that separates Black America from white America. It's a piece of cake until you get to the top. You find you can't stop playing the game the way you've always played it. I'm glad I'm not Brezhnev, being the Russian leader in the Kremlin. You never know if someone's tape recording what you say. The American people are entitled to see the president and to hear his views directly, and not to see him only through the press. Tonight, to you, the great silent majority of my fellow Americans, I ask for your support. Government can provide opportunity, but opportunity means nothing unless people are prepared to seize it. I've analyzed the best I can, and I have not found an impeachable offense, and therefore resignation is not an acceptable course. My strong point, if I have a strong point, is performance. I always do more than I say. I always produce more than I promise. The more you stay in this kind of job, the more you realize that a public figure, a major public figure, is a lonely man. Once you get into this great stream of history, you can't get out. Finishing second in the Olympics gets you silver. Finishing second in politics gets you oblivion. The mark of a true politician is that he is never at a loss for words because he is always half expecting to be asked to make a speech.